Hi, Jiggy Time y'all again. This time this is going to be a lengthy review because I'm going to cover the do-it-yourself juices. Everybody's different with making their own juices. They want different strengths of nicotine. They want different PG-VG ratios. They want different amounts of the percentage of flavoring in them. But basically, all juices consisted of a nicotine base of either PG or VG or a mix of PG and or VG, one or the other or both, and a flavoring of some kind. Now, the flavorings you're going to get are not like you get from the juice places that I've done reviews on before. There's only one place I go for on the internet for any do-it-yourself PG, VG, nicotine bases and the flavorings, and that is myfreedomsmokes.com. 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 Now, don't get it confused with Freedom Smokes USA. Freedom Smokes USA is a totally different website, and I don't even think they sell juice on their website. They just sell hardware, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe. But it is myfreedomsmokes.com. They sell the PG, they sell the VG, they sell the nicotine, and they sell the flavorings. Now, all I'm going to do at this point is guide you in a direction. There are two places that I know of on the internet that you can acquire what they call an EJuice calculator. One of them is called EJuice Me Up, and you will need to do a web search on Google or wherever you're doing your web searches on to find that. And it is a downloadable program that you install on your computer and can use whenever, even if you're off the internet, you can still use it. It's a little more complicated and does give you a lot more varieties if you're mixing different types of juices, like a cotton candy with a grape or a strawberry with a banana, and you want to get different closer calculations. For simpler and first-time users, and what I always use is it's an EJuice calculator, and it is I'll put the website in the description below, but it is www.toddmuller.com/ejuice/ejuice.php. It is an online juice calculator. It's very straightforward. It's very point blank. You just punch in the numbers of what you're wanting, and it'll tell you how much to add of each individual component to make you however many milliliters of juice you want to make. And you can make anywhere from just a couple of milliliters if you just want to try it, to all the way up to making like 100 milliliters of the stuff. I mean, you can really get with these calculators and get down to the nitty-gritty as to what you want to do. Okay. Over at myfreedomsmokes.com, you're not going to find any of this stuff unless you look for the letters DIY. Do it yourself. They will have your flavorings. They will have your nicotines. They will have your PGs and your VGs, all under that category of do-it-yourself. So you have to look for the letters DIY. Okay. Under the DIY flavors, they're going to have My Freedom Smoke Signature Series, which is one juice that they have in that category. It is called 4-Star General Flavoring. Now, I don't know anything about this. I've not ordered it, and I don't like tobacco flavors. I like the other flavors. But from my understanding, what grasp I got on the internet, you can go over there to myfreedomsmokes.com and check them out and see what it has to say about it yourself. But from what I got, it's a super duper concentrate. I mean, this thing is like blow you out of the park concentrated. They're claiming that a 6 milliliter bottle that costs $15.95 will make you 100 milliliters of juice to smoke. And you want to start your basic rate at a 6% on the flavoring because it's very super duper concentrated. It is a tobacco flavor, and if you want to check that out, it's over there. They also sell a 10 milliliter bottle of it for $24.95, and they're claiming it will make 160 milliliters of juice at the 6% ratio. Okay, they also have the Flavor Art flavorings, the Flavor Apprentice flavorings, and Loran flavorings. Now, the Flavor Art flavorings is strictly 15, 20 of different types of tobacco flavorings. They've got some different names for different stuff over there. The Y4K, RY4. The RY4, which from my understanding is a tobacco with a caramel taste to it. I'm not sure. I have not smoked it. But they have those type of flavorings over there. And they're the Flavor Art flavorings. They're tobacco flavored. And a 10 milliliter of the Royal. I'm not sure what the Royal exactly entails. But it is $2.99 for a 10 milliliter bottle of the Royal. All the other flavors that they have there for the Flavor Art flavorings are going to run you $4.39. Now, on to the Flavor Apprentice and Loran flavors. Those are the ones that I order from because they have all the funny fruits and vegetables. What am I talking about? Fruits and candies and drinks and, you know, the different things that I look for. The Loran flavorings come in a 6, 15. Let me see if I can hold these two together here. I guess not. And 30 milliliter bottles. Now, which one were we talking about? I guess we'll talk about the Lorraine flavorings. I might be off track here. I think we were talking about them. The 6 milliliters are going to run you $2.49. That is just the flavoring. Nothing else. This is what gives you your flavors in your e-juices. The 15 milliliter bottle is going to run you $4.45. And the 30 milliliter bottle is going to run you $7.95. Now, I bought this 15 milliliter bottle of watermelon. And it made me... Now, keep in mind, I use about 25 to 30% of flavoring. I use a lot of flavoring in my juice because I'm the cow girl. I got to have the flavor. But it made me about 60 to 80 milliliters of juice after I got it all done and concocted. Now, I'm not the only one in the household that uses juices. I'm not the only one that mixes their own. I have my husband that does it as well. So I'm not sure at any point if he took any out of it to make his own or what. But I'm just going on what I can know of right now. Now, at the Flavor Apprentice, they have a 6 milliliter bottle. Again, it's going to run you. It depends on the juice. They've got 2 different prices over there for their juices. And I don't know why they do. Or what's the reasoning behind it? I don't understand, but they have 2 different prices for their juice. Some of them will run you $2.39 for a 6 milliliter, and some of them will run you $2.95 for a 6 milliliter. You got the 15 milliliter. Some of them run you $4.45, and some of them run you $5.95. And then you got the 30 milliliters, which some of them run you $7.95, and others will run you $10.95. Again, I do not know the reasoning behind the price difference. Here we go. The nicotine. Okay, the nicotine is so varied. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can get a 60 milliliter, a 125 milliliter, a 250 milliliter, a 500 milliliter, or a 1 liter or 1,000 milliliters of your nicotine. You can get it in 24 milligram strength. You can get it in 36 milligram strength. You can get it in 48 milligram strength. You can get it in 60 milligram strength, and you can get it in 100% milligram, 100 milligram strength. I always get the 100 milligram because it's just a little bit, goes a long way. Now, I only have 2 bottles here to show you. This is a 60 milliliter bottle of e-juice, or nicotine. As you can see, it's got warnings out the wazoo on this. Now, when you're mixing your liquid, okay, you're going to want to wear a pair of vinyl or elastic gloves. Because you don't want any of this nicotine, 100% especially, soaking through your fingertips because it will soak through your fingertips and give you nicotine poisoning if you're not careful. And this is the 125 milliliter bottle. I'll put them up here side by side so you get an idea. This is the 60. This is the 125. They come in amber jars, brown amber looking jars, and they are glass. So 9/10 of the time when you get anything from My Freedom Smokes, it's going to come in a priority box with lots of packing peanuts. And these are going to come in a plastic baggie in case they leak. And they're also, if you can see, I can't know if you can see the top of this or not. It's still got the plastic seal on it. I have not opened this one yet. Okay. Now, prices are all over the place on this nicotine. It depends on what size bottle you want and how much milligrams you want in it. Base price for a 60 milliliter of 24 milligram strength is going to run you $5.95. That's it. $5.95. That's it. If you're getting, I just went with a base price and then I went with the outrageous price. If you're going to get a 1 liter or 1,000 milliliter bottle of 100%, it's going to cost you $139.95. That's still pretty cheap. Considering when you smoke, this is what you're after. You're after the nicotine. This is what you want when you smoke, for the most part. Unless you're quitting or you smoke 0 milligrams, then you're not looking for this at all. So you're going to have to hop over to their website if you want to get some nicotine, and you can figure out how much it's going to be for what you need. Now, they come with PG-VG ratios. Since I'm a PG girl, because I like the flavor, I always get 100% PG. But you can get 100% PG, 75 PG, 25 BG, 50-50, 25 PG, 75 BG, or 100% VG on your nicotine. Other components you're going to need is some PG and VG. Now, here's where you go into the things. Now, I've wrote on the bottle PG, so I know it doesn't come with that on it. It comes with this label on it. And the label simply tells you how much is in there, and that it's, oh, there's that word again, propylene glycol, USP. So it's the food grade version, and it's 100%, and it's got their initials and stuff, pharmaceutical grade, and it's PG. This here is a 500 milliliter bottle. This will last you forever. Trust me, it'll last you forever. They sell them in 250 milliliter, which is the smallest you can get, which is a half the size of this. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yes, I have a 250 milliliter bottle to show you. 250 milliliters, 500 milliliters. I do have a bottle to show you. Anywho, they sell it in 250 milliliter, 500 milliliter, 1 liter, which is 1,000 milliliters, which would be twice the size of this, 2 liter, 5 liter, 10 liter. Who in the right mind wants 10 liters of VG or PG laying around the house? I wouldn't even know where to put it. If you're first starting out, get you a 250 or a 500 bottle to start with. Then you'll see how far it lasts you, and you won't be wasting money. I do not know if these things have a shelf life to them at all. I don't know. Could be. I've not heard anything. The VG is also sold in 250 milliliter, 500 milliliter, 1 liter, 2 liter, 5 liter, and 10 liter bottles. Now, the price is the same regardless if you're getting PG or VG, so it's the same price for either one. But a 250 milliliter bottle will run you $6.95. That's it. $6.95. A 500 milliliter bottle will run you $10.95. A 1 liter will run you $16.95. A 2 liter will run you $29.95. A 5 liter will run you $59.95. And a 10 liter will run you $99.95. So for $100, you can get 10 liters. It's all USP grade or pharmaceutical grade, says so right on the bottles. So you can see PG and VG has no color. They're clear liquids. This is a lot thicker. If you can see it in the bottle, it's a lot thicker than this stuff. This stuff is much thinner. Okay. With all that being said, I'm hoping I didn't leave anything out. I'm looking. I'm going to sample and review 3 juices. 2 of them will be from the Flavor Apprentice line, and 1 will be from the Lorraine Flavorings line. I have not noticed any difference in the quality between the 2. They both seem to be pretty good. They both taste pretty good. They're wonderful. So, this is the bottles that you get your juices in. They come in these bottles for the flavorings. And when you end up, depending on how much you're going to make, this is a 60 milliliter bottle. This is a 50 milliliter bottle. This is a 15 milliliter bottle. Just depends on what you want, how much you want of it. Put a label if you get some bottles, some cheap bottles off the internet. You can get them on eBay, pretty cheap. You can get them off of the different websites that sell vaping products. A 60 milliliter bottle runs about 99 cents. You can get a 15 or 10 milliliter bottle for like 49 cents, 59 cents. Pick you up some empty bottles so you got some stuff to mix your juice in. These are all going to be 80% PG, 20% VG, about 25 to 30% on the flavorings. And they're all running about 10 to 14 milligrams on the strength. Oh, here, the watermelon's a 60-40. Right on your bottle, everything you know about it. Where it comes from, what website, what's the flavoring, your PG-VG ratio, your date you've made it, your milligram strength. Make sure all your information's on the bottle. That way, when you put it down and you pick it back up, you know exactly what you got in your hand. And if you get mixing a bunch of juices and you just have juices floating, bottles floating around everywhere, and you don't know what's what, you're not going to know. So make sure you put a label on your bottles. You pick labels up at Joann Fabrics, Walmart. You can pick them up probably off of eBay. Just some little sticky clear labels, white labels you put on, you put the information on them. Other than that, just trial and error. It's all trial and error to figure out what you like, what PG-VG ratio, how much nicotine you're going to want, how much flavoring you're going to want. It's trial and error. Everybody likes something different. It's going to take time for you to understand what needs to go in your juice to make it the way you like it. That is why I gave you the information for the EJuice calculators online to help you get started. If anything, it's a base to give you an idea of what needs to go in, and you can tailor it to your needs and your taste from there. Especially people that have never mixed juice before, please start with the calculator so that you can at least get an idea. I don't want you just concocting a bunch of stuff in a bottle and you don't know what it is. It could be 100% or 100 milligrams on the nicotine, and you end up deathly sick after a day. You have to be very careful when you're making your own juices and make sure that everything is what's supposed to be in there is in there, and things that aren't supposed to be in there aren't in there. Okay, with that, we're going to start. We're going to do the juice review on watermelon, tropical punch, and strawberry. We're going to be smoking them on a Robust A. It's going to be smoked at 4.0 volts with a 306 drip tip. I believe the ohms on these drip tips are about 2.5, so we should be fine with that. Let's start with the watermelon. And keep in mind, these bottles are already mixed the way I like them. So I'm not going to give you so much of an idea as to how much flavor's in them, because I know how much flavor's in them because I put it there. I'm going to try to give you an idea of what itself tastes like, so you know if, hey, maybe I should give that juice a try. That sounded pretty good, you know, or, you know, whatever. Watermelon. It's strong, of course it's strong, because I made it strong. And it's 80% PG, 20% VG, so I get a little bit of vapor with it, without sacrificing the flavor. It tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. There's no other way to describe it. It's very strong, of course. My flavor's probably about a 10, but like I said, I like strong flavors. So if you don't want that much strongness in your flavor, go ahead and get the juice and just put down less percent. Like I said, I put 25-30% flavoring in. Try it with 5% flavoring. Do it. Plug it into the juice calculator. What you want 5% juice flavoring, and it will tell you how many drops of the flavoring to put in, how many milliliters of VG, PG, and nicotine that you're going to do. It's very, very point blank, very honest information with the juice calculators. The one you do download and install on your computer, the EJuice Me Up, it's a little more complicated. It's for people who've been doing this for a while, that want to know what they're doing and know what they're plugging in exactly, and they're mixing flavors like crazy and stuff. Very simple, plain, point forward is the one over there at www.toddmuller.com/ejuice/php. I'll put the link in the description below so you can look that up. And that is just for online. You open up your browser and you go to that website and you plug in your information. Yeah, I definitely see why I like it. It's like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. It's very strong on the flavor, because that's why I made it. And it's a good vape. I vape it occasionally. Now, we're going to do Tropical Punch. I initially made the Tropical Punch and did not like it. But, like I do all things, I put it up and forgot about it. And now we're going to drag it back out. This was made 12/7/12. So, 4 months. It's been steeping 4 months. So it should be all mixed up real good, and it should taste really good. This Tropical Punch is from the Loran flavorings. The watermelon was from the Flavor Apprentice flavorings. Plug some juice in here. How to describe this? It tastes like a fruity cream soda. You know the old cream sodas you used to get in the bottles? Yes, it definitely tastes like pineapple, peach, maybe a little mango. Maybe just a very light hint of banana. Definitely the peach, the pineapple, and the mango I can definitely taste. Maybe it's the mango I'm not liking so much because I'm not really big on mango. But it tastes like a fruity cream soda. Like the old cream sodas you used to get in the bottles at the dime store. Yeah, that's what it tastes like. not one that I'm particularly fond of. Now, we're going to move on to the strawberry. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about the strawberry. When I first got the strawberry, I thought it rocked bigger than anything I've ever seen in my life. And I smoked the crap out of it for months. Then I always went back to my pink vanilla cotton candy from Sweet Vapes and got away from the strawberry. And then when I tried to revisit it later, I didn't like it as much. Maybe my taste buds just changed over time. I'm not quite sure, but this cat, there we go. We're going to revisit it again. Again, these are 80% PG, 20% VG. This one here is 12 milligrams. And this one was 25% flavor, and this is the Flavor Apprentice line. And I think I picked up my other drip tip and used it instead. We'll take a little puff here and find out. No. It's good. I can see why I was attracted to it so much in the beginning. It tastes like you go out picking berries with your mom or your pop out in the field, and it's like 100 degrees outside. The berries are really warm. You pick the juiciest, the reddest, the plumpest berry, and everybody in the world does this when they pick their own berries. You eat them in the field, and then you pick some of the other good berries and you put them in your basket. But the biggest, plumpest, juiciest, reddest berries that are nice, warm, baked in the sun get ate right on the spot. This tastes pretty close to that big plump strawberry you picked out of the field. It does not have a candy taste like the strawberry candies. It does not have a bad aftertaste. It's very light and crisp. It's refreshing. It kind of makes your mouth salivate. And I'm liking this juice right now. Yeah, I can definitely see why I was so turned on to this juice in the very beginning. It's very, very tasty. Again, if you're not wanting something as strong as a 25% flavoring, which is pretty strong, it's hitting up on the 10s on my scale. It's hitting up on the very best. Then dial it down and put in 5 or 10 or whatever. You know, you got to keep trying it and just get an idea. A way of doing things is try with a smaller, like a 5%. Mix it all up. Sometimes with these juices, you have to let them steep a couple of weeks so that everything gets mixed up because you're mixing it on the spot. Some juices from places that you buy get steeped a couple of days in the mail when they come to you, so they're not so bad. But some of these ones you mix right away on the spot, you're going to need to let steep for a while. But it's just try like 5% and mix it up and give it a good go. And if it's not quite as strong, open up the bottle, take the cap off the bottle, pop the top off, put 2 or 3 drops of your flavoring. Put the cap back on, shake it up real good. You may have to let it steep a little bit, and then try it again. Again, you're not going to know the percent ratio on it, but it's at least not going to waste the juice you made. And then you can try with a higher percentage with the calculator at a different time. Yeah, this juice rocks. There's no way around it. It's that plump, juicy berry that's warm in the sun. You're out there picking berries with your folks, and you're eating them on the spot. It is definitely right on. I'm gonna screw back on my if I can find it. What did I do with it? There it is. My juicy fruits. I'm smoking juicy fruits from Sweet Vapes. Oh, need to turn up Need to turn up the dialage. 4.8. Lock that in. Oh yeah. Now that's a vape. Okay. I've rambled long enough. I've been 30 minutes into this video. I think I've covered everything I possibly can. If you have any questions, shoot over to their website, myfreedomsmokes.com. Check them out. Wander around. Click on things. Find out what things are about. Do a little reading. If you're still having questions, shoot me something down below here in the remarks, and I'll see if I can answer it for you. Other than that, I've had good customer service with them. I've had no problems, no complaints out of any of the products I've ever bought from them. It's just, it's a new way. It's a dawn of a new way. And if you're getting tired of buying juice from people and you want to try it yourself, do yourself stuff, this is the way to go. Look it up on the juice calculator, start mixing some juice, get some juice over there from My Freedom Smokes, and have at it. You know, worst comes to worst, the juice tastes bad, try something different. Change up your VG-PG ratio. Put a little less, a little more nicotine. You know, you can always play around with it. It always gives you something to do. Gets you more into the hobby of the vaping type of scene. So, okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I'll get to them if I can. Thank you so much. Bye.